Let your verdict give us the answer.
Are there pressures? How do you deal with pressures that come your way?
I think the best way to deal with the post of Advocate General is to have a good rapport and good communication with the Chief Minister. I think once you establish that, you will find that you need not bow down to any political pressures from anybody in between.
So it is possible to maintain that.
If you dealing with a particular case for the state and the bureaucrats tell you that this would be the right point to take, and you decide and agree that yes, I think this would be the correct contention to take, but some political element comes in and says that no, this has got other ramifications, I think you need to take a different stand. If you had an access to the Chief Minister, it helps in the sense that I can get a clear and straight away, is this the path your government wants to take? Ultimately, I am their spokesman in the court. While I am their advisor as well, I am also their spokesman. So I can get from the horse's mouth what the stand of the state should be, so that I can go there and tell the court that this is our state's view, and then justify it to the best way I can. If the government wants me to take a different stand to my opinion, I might still have to put it across, even though it might conflict with my own personal views. That way you don't have to bother with having to compromise with the political system.
So you also briefly spoke about professional ethics. Is that something that's still there in this fraternity, or that's fast dying?
I am hopeful that when the younger lot take over, the successful lawyers from the youth brigade would bring with them a substantial ethics. I think the bar will be lifted, will be definitely high end. I have got confidence in that. Not that it's of any relevance, but even this, the youth suddenly taking over the corruption as a issue, all India issue, is an indication of their mindset. I think they have seen enough and more of rot step into too many important institutions in the country. And if the young lawyers also take that to the next step forward, I think you will find a marked departure from ethical standards in our bar. I have got some confidence in that. Yeah.
So Madras is a very family-centric legal fraternity. Is it difficult for somebody not from this fraternity to jump in and start practice here, or do you have to have a godfather?
It's like this. It's not just true of law. It's true of medicine. It's true of cinema. It's true of politics. It's true of business. That if you got a father or a grandfather or an uncle in that line of activity, it's a step forward. But let me tell you that having been the son of an illustrious lawyer, it gets you that far and no further. It possibly gives you a edge over people of your age group by a few years. But I think beyond that, it's not going to help you. Ultimately, you've got to cut your own path. For a rank stranger to get into this profession, he would do well with choosing a good office to join as a start. And I see so many bright young lawyers, both boys and girls in the Madras bar, who are all first generation. Some of whom have not had a lawyer in their immediate family at least in 2 generations. And they are doing well. They are doing very well.
And has the compensation structure changed? Are seniors now more open to paying juniors a good?
So.
They are.
I think that seniors, see the Gurukula system of the 50s, 60s and 70s cannot apply any longer. I mean, those days you joined the office of a big senior, it was like a Gurukulam, and you didn't really expect to be paid anything at all. You were there for the next 5 years to learn everything, and then with his blessings you move out and start your own practice. Today law as a profession has changed. The parents of children who are not from family of lawyers, they spend thousands and lakhs of rupees in sending them through excellent law schools in Bangalore or Hyderabad or Calcutta or any one of the other the premium institutions in Pune and so on and so forth. And then when they finish and they come back, you really can't expect them to go back to that Gurukula system and say, okay, you go and work for the senior for nothing. I think they expect to be paid something. I mean, I think at least the first couple of years they should be sufficiently remunerated to take care of their personal comforts and something more.
Let your verdict give us the answer.